What's happening, film nerds? David the Film Junkie here. Well, all right. Apparently an embargo was lifted about 20 minutes ago at 10 o'clock my time, where certain websites, lucky guys, got to visit the set of Suicide Squad last summer. That's right. They had to hold all this information for a freaking year, man. That is nuts. There is so much to go over. I mean, I'm just looking at like comicbook.com, Collider, Batman News. I mean, just whoever got to go there. So there's so much information here, guys. First thing down below, I'll put as much as I can, but visit those sites. They're the ones that are like just having post after post after post. Comicbook.com and Collider. They're the ones that are really dishing out a lot of info about Suicide Squad. And this is, I mean, there's a breakdown right here where basically we got the film is a true ensemble, but Deadshot is the proverbial leader. As Era says, this is really Will Smith's movie. No wonder he signed on. Putting Batman in the film was David Ayer's idea and desire because he has a strong connection to so many characters in Belle Reve, whatever that's called. And that's another thing too. They also mention, or Ayer also mentions, and I even said this before, he says, this time we're not seeing Batman as a central character. You're not seeing the villains through Batman's eyes. You're seeing Batman through the villain's eyes, and he's freaking scary. And that's what I always told people too when the trailers were coming out, and they're like, there's a lot of Batman in there. I'm like, well, technically this is a Batman movie that does not star Batman. These are a lot of his villains. Spoiler alert on Scott Eastwood. If you don't want to know who he's playing, stop the video right now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott Eastwood is just playing a Navy SEAL. Yeah, he's just coming along for the ride. He's not a character from the comics. He's not Jason Todd. He's not Dick Grayson. He's not any of those guys. David Ayer would come up with ideas on set and then just rewrite scenes right there, that's pretty awesome. I like a creative director like that. The early designs for the Joker included, of course, the iconic purple suit. But as soon as Mr. Leto signed on, they're like, all right, we have to evolve this character, which of course they did with the tattoos and stuff like that. But apparently there's going to be a pivotal scene where, of course, he's wearing the black suit, and there's a scene with Harley, and they're probably going to, I don't know, capture this image right here. That is a very iconic image of Harley and the Joker. Speaking of Harley Quinn, they were going through costume tests, and they did do a mock-up of that Jester costume. But it doesn't make it in the movie, but they do reference it. I believe somebody pointed out in the last trailer when they're getting dressed out in the courtyard or whatever of the prison that the costume is lying there on the ground. So we might just see her like pull it out of her case of goodies, and then she goes, no, I'm not going to wear that or something. I don't know. What else did I see? There's just so much stuff. What? Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Basically, the villain is the adversaries or something like that, a non-human entity that emerges, and cops and military aren't even close to being able to take it down. The U.S. government sends in Enchantress, a witch. See, everybody was thinking that Enchantress was the true villain of this movie, but apparently she's good at first, so she's able to get close to it, but unfortunately, whatever this entity is, which is the adversaries or whatever the heck, sways her to do some work for them instead. Now it's up to the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller's last hope, to take this thing and enchant us along down with it. To save the world, of course. They'll cut, shoot, and burn their way through its hordes of foot soldiers and have to deal with the Joker, who wants to get Harley back now that she's out of prison. Yeah. So we got a lot of layers going on, which I love that. So we got, basically the story is there's an entity that has emerged. The government cannot take it down. So, hey, let's send in the Suicide Squad, see what they do. Of course, Batman intervenes. He's got his own little thing about it. I mean, we know that Wayne Enterprises tech is like in their neck, so they can always keep track of him, and they could kill him if they need to. The Joker, of course, wants to get Harley back, so he's not essentially the main villain. Enchantress is not essentially the main villain. This is a crazy story, and this is sounding fucking awesome. And apparently I just read, too, that Killer Croc has some kind of, like, Bronx-type accent. Just a little detail, that's all. But yeah, like I said, first thing down below, I'll put as much on there, quotes and everything as I can. But yeah, comicbook.com, Collider, they're doing most of this stuff. There's just way too much to cover. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the balls area, guys. I'll talk to you later. And thank you for watching, you beautiful people. You go ahead and hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to my other channel too. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and visit filmjunkie.com for all my videos.